Alright, so here we are on a glorious chilly day. It's about 5 degrees outside, which I'm fine with. Today I'm going to go to a place, I'm actually up on my cottage in Quebec, and I'm going to go to the place that we did our first video on. Don't mind the smoke, that's just the truck. I'm breathing in fumes. What am I doing? We're going to go to the place that we first did the first video, and we found quite a few cool things on that first video. Then I've been back there several times, and we've also been there with Relic Dirty Hands, and Eric found a couple things, and we found some coins that day too. So I'm going to go there today, not expecting to find much, but I'm actually going there for a purpose. I'm going to start digging a lot of targets that I normally wouldn't dig, just because they're so iffy and so, you know, low tone, the kind that would be tin foil, things like that. So I'm going to give it a shot and see what I can come up with today. See if I can pull up something, you know, that's completely unexpected. So hopefully I pull up a few cool things, and if not, it's just going to be a day of digging up undesired targets, as I would call them. And then I'm also going to try the church down the street from there and see if I can pull up a couple more things from there. I'm going to do the same technique. I'm going to dig things that I normally wouldn't dig, and I'll show you quite a few of them. And the reasons why normally I wouldn't even fathom digging them up. But let's give it a shot and see what we come up with. Alright. Okay, so the first target that I dug up, it was giving me a very low tone, and this is probably why, but it's nothing spectacular, and probably why I never dug it before. It was only down at about 3 inches, but lo and behold, it's just a little, it's not even really grime, it's almost like a washer, like it's a countersink kind of washer thing. I have some of these in my toolkit actually. I pack at the cottage, in a little bit newer condition, this mind you. But yeah, so that's one low tone. So let's see how many more of these we can find on the lawn that are not substantial to being anything that you would normally dig, that you would prefer to dig anyway. This would just go into the garbage pouch. But these are the kind of things to clean it up. This area is not super trashy anyway, so this isn't an instance where there's so much trash here you got to dig everything out to get to the good stuff, because it wasn't very trashy to begin with. The odd pieces of trash here and there. And the rest of them were pretty much coins and some relics. But I'm going to dig up some of the trash today, see how much of this I can come up with, and how many things I might have missed by not digging them. So let's see how I do. Okay, so amongst that grommet that you saw me, well, not grommet, that screw, counter screw, I guess washer, I found a couple more in the same area. So someone obviously dropped a whole bunch. Then a little bit deeper, I got this, and it's a looks like a part of a door, you know, where the key would go in. So it's the key. I guess it would be where the key goes in. It looks like a huge skeleton key anyway, but that's pretty cool. I mean, it's made out of iron. So once again, here's an iron target that I probably, you know, back in the past, not in the past, but last time I was here, we might have ignored it because we hit this area pretty good. It's not a very big area, so you can imagine. So you're nitpicking in between some of this stuff, and you're not digging it. So anyways, that's a pretty cool relic. Might have been part of the original door that was on this building, you know, back when it was built in 1862. So it's a relic of the building that you're seeing, you know, this building right beside me. So that's kind of significant as far as I'm concerned, as far as attaching this, the provenance, to where we actually are. So right there, probably the old door. Kind of neat. Well, as you can tell, I'm getting ready to go pack up, or I'm getting ready to pack up, and I'm going to go over to the church and see if I can find anything there. I've been swinging here for about an hour, about an hour and a half, and I'm not getting much other than you know, some iron pieces and things like that. Not that much. I didn't dig many targets other than what you saw on camera. Some of them are just pieces of aluminum, which I'm not going to keep digging a bunch of aluminum, but that's what they are. Not a lot. So I'm going to take off and go try another spot and give it a go at the church and see how well I do there. So wish me luck. Again, I'm going to dig a lot of targets I normally don't dig because I've already hit that church before, and there's not that much area to hit. So I probably got everything that's there, but I can't just assume that because nobody can clean any area out completely. Something always gets missed. So anyways, let's go give it a try. So here I am at my second location. I'm going to give this place a try again. And as you can tell, this area does not have a lot of area to detect. I don't go within the fence because that's a cemetery, so I just stick to the outer perimeter here. And there's nothing in the back, it's all cemetery, so I pretty much just do the front lawn. I got a large penny here, and I think I got like an old weedy, but not much else. I mean, if they're here, they're pretty deep, and this one was down about 9 inches last time I was here. So anyways, I'm going to give it a try again and see if I can luck out. But I'm going to dig some signals here that I wouldn't normally dig again. I'm going to try that and see what I come up with. Maybe I'll come up with something interesting, who knows. So there's quite a few signals on the front lawn that weren't diggable last time, and I didn't dig them. So I'll dig up a few and I'll show you what I get as far as trash or maybe treasure that I missed by not digging some of the trash. So let's give it a shot. Okay, so this one, for instance, this was down at about 6 inches, and it's a signal that I normally wouldn't dig. It was kind of sporadic, gave me a little bit of a squeak. Well, it did give me a good squeak one way, and the other way it just did not. It ends up being one of these giant staples. You can see here, giant staple. So normally I probably wouldn't have dug it, but hey, it's nothing fantastic. So at least, well, that's one less junk item that I would have dug normally. So. But again, if you dig everything, you might as well just have a metal detector. It's all metal. You don't need discrimination. Just swing and dig it up. But I don't hunt like that. I hunt with a little bit of discrimination because in an area like this, you know, you probably could dig up 400 or 500 targets like this. I mean, junky targets. So there'd be 400 or 500 holes here by the time I'm done. I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. But what I would do is nitpick in between some of these signals that I normally won't dig. So let's see how many more of these I'm going to dig up, or not just these specifically, but how many junk targets I am going to dig up here where normally I'll leave them alone. And then, you know, the place wouldn't look like the moon after I'm done, even though my holes are really good. 400 holes on this lawn, you'd probably notice something, right? Something would be a ray. But anyways, so here's some more junk. I normally don't say that. Let's see how much more stuff I can find. Okay, this is a prime example of a target that I normally would not dig. I'll let you listen to it. So if you can hear that, it's ringing up 18, 21, even go up as high as 23, 24. But very sporadic, very low tone. Down at about 6 inches, well it's saying 6 inches, but sometimes these targets that are not very good are not deep, as deep as they say. So let's take this one up and see what it is. Pinpoint it. Alright. Okay, so let's see what we get. See if I even got it on the plug. Oh, there you go. Okay, it's actually in here. Right about here. Okay, so let's see what it is. Oh, go ahead, you got a pointer. Sounds like a bottle cap. Yeah, I got it. No, it's not a bottle cap. Oh, look at that. Wow, wrong guess, Don. That's not a bottle cap. That's a beaver tail all squished up. So there you go, beaver tail. Again, I could have ignored a signal like this in the past because it's a beaver tail, but it might be a ring. This is where the irony comes into play, because these beaver tails, I guess they could be rings sometimes. Anybody who digs rings a lot and has to dig a lot of these ends up with gold rings. So I guess if you're not digging these, you're not getting gold rings. So I ignored this one, so I possibly, could have gotten a gold ring out of this. But I'm not into gold rings. I mean, I like gold like anybody, but it's not my go-to thing. I like digging for history. I like digging for, anything that's old relics, old coins with dates. If the ring is old, hey, great, I love it. Old ring, from the 1800s, that would really interest me. For the newer ring, not so much, unless it's 100 years from now and I dig it up. But I'm not going to be around in 100 years, I don't think. Anyways, if I was, then I'll get into digging 100-year-old rings. Sorry about the rambling. Anyways, there you go, pull tab. So this one, for instance, was a target that is diggable. It was reading about 6.5 inches down. I already pulled the plug up. But, anyways, I'll let you listen to it before I do it. Before I pull it out. See, that's a diggable target. That's something, well, I would have missed it. And when I got it, I went, oh, okay, well, here's definitely a coin signal. Hitting up a 45, 46 on the E-Trek. Let's see what this is. Right here. Okay, I can see it's a penny. I don't think it's an old penny though, but definitely a diggable target. Yeah, 1970s penny. I was hopeful, but not at a 45 on this thing. Usually a 45 on the E-Trek is a newer penny, newer-ish. 45, 46 could be, an older copper, like an older from the 70s and under. But yeah, penny from the 70s. But it's a diggable target, typical, of the type of targets you're going to dig. But it won't be old. There it is, a penny. Not an old one though. Boo-hoo. Okay, so this could be the last one that I dig. It was a low tone, giving me like a 12 or 13, so it's probably a bottle cap or something. I normally wouldn't dig this. So I'm just digging it today to see what I would have missed. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Ha! Wow, yeah, what I would have missed. See, I would have ignored this target and it ends up being a nickel. Wow. Oops. Not a super old nickel. It's Queen Elizabeth, but anyways, listen to this. Hear how low that is? Very low tone. So I would have missed this nickel. Let's see if I can get a date off of it. If I have my glasses on, that might help me, but I don't know, looks like from the 70s. But anyways, a 70s nickel that I wouldn't have dug and I would have missed it. Well, obviously I did miss it last time. I probably ignored it. But hey, sometimes you shouldn't, I guess, because it is a nickel. It is a coin. It's just not a super old one. Once again, pretty low, eh? There you go. A nickel. Okay, so that was quite a day today. I wasn't expecting to find much because I pretty much hunted that place quite a lot. That's not to say that there's nothing left, but obviously with what I found today, just digging up some of the targets that I normally wouldn't have, I ended up with two things, I guess you would say. I ended up with the screw grommets, which I don't want. The lock thing is just okay. It's made out of iron. It's a relic. And that nickel I would have missed. I mean, that nickel could have been an older nickel, I guess. So I would have missed a nickel today. But other than that, not a lot. I didn't miss too much. So I'm happy with the results. And I'm going to continue digging the way I do, where I'm ignoring some targets and leaving them in the ground, because I don't want to dig too many holes everywhere I go. But it was still fun. I still got out and detected. So hopefully you enjoyed watching me detect targets that everybody's going to eventually detect and get. You're going to get junked. And I got some junk today. Anyhow, have a good one.